Now I want you to listen to this yourselves. And I want you to pay attention to this, especially you people in Africa, especially you people running. All you people in these countries like Kenya, Nigeria, all over Africa, Senegal, South Africa, everywhere. All these countries now be running away, running away, running away. And let me show you what Africa's about. And you decide.
More on China in regards to aid and investments. I think it's important to take into account the fact that China has a lot more engagement with Africa as a whole than other Western countries, the United States, for example. So, since 1943, the U.S. has only sent its top leaders to 16 out of the 54 countries in Africa. But China, on the other hand, between the years of 2007 and 2017 alone, China sent its top leaders to 43 out of the 54 countries in Africa. Another factor that makes China more appealing to a lot of African countries is the fact that China's loans do not come with any conditionality when it comes to governance. For example, for a lot of Western donors, when it comes to their aid, there is an expectation for that aid to be used towards the advancement of democracy. Another thing is that while other countries like the US will often work through outside organizations when it comes to aid to Africa, China will actually work on a government-to-government basis. China's investment projects also happen very quickly in Africa. So Africa's infrastructure is being built at a much quicker pace than it was previously. Job creation is another major factor. There are 10,000 Chinese firms located in Africa, and they've created millions of jobs. In fact, 89% of the employees for these companies are African. Now, why is China interested in Africa? Well, there's four main reasons. Number one, China is especially interested in Africa's natural resources. China is mainly interested in oil and gas, but they also have a lot of investments within mineral resources as well, such as titanium, iron, copper ore, and zinc. The second reason for China's interest in Africa is Africa's rapidly expanding market. So China wants to focus more on higher-end manufacturing, and they're wanting to lean on domestic consumption to grow their economy. What we're seeing now is the beginning of an industry relocation from China to Africa for these labor-intensive manufacturing jobs. The third reason why China is interested in Africa is political legitimacy. Prerequisite for attracting Chinese aid and investment is the support of the One China policy. Today, only 3 African countries directly support Taiwan. And the fourth reason why China is interested in Africa is because China is wanting to take a more constructive role as a contributor to stability within the region. Now that we understand the why, what are some of the concerns regarding this relationship?
Now, you've heard that. Now listen to this young man. He's telling you the truth. Just run away, run away. Like I've told you before, nobody wants black people in this world. Nobody. The only place we are wanted and belong is Africa. But you keep running away. Listen to this young man. He's going to tell you exactly the truth that I've been telling you. Because it's got to change.
Now, what are your final thoughts? You have studied the experiences Africans are having in this country, particularly. Close us up for now.
Personally, I want to speak to our politicians, and I call them sellouts, because they are not looking at the interests, the needs, the vulnerability that constrain people to migrate. Because to the Gambia or to Senegal, to African political leaders, it is convenient, even if we die in the streets, even if we die in the sea, as much as we can send remittances, it is convenient for them that we, the youths who are potential revolutionaries, leave the country and let them to dictate. So I am telling Africans who are there that I am guilty for being here. If you come here, you are running from your work. You are running from changing Africa, and the generations that will become failures as well. I contributed to it, and you are also contributing to it. So if I am speaking, and if you can hear me today, I am saying I should get back. And then we should work on what is happening, because the future is in Africa. But the real question is the future in Africa for Africans? Are we talking about Chinese colonialists, or we are talking about multinationals who have stolen us the traditional livelihoods that in fact we hate ourselves? Africa is still a colonial economy. So it depends on what people are running from. We cannot talk about the solution without talking about the causes of the problems.
Right.
It will be false that we will talk about, okay, people will stay there. But we all live in one system, capitalism, that creates illusions in everyone. I want to live in a house. It doesn't matter whether I live in the village or not. Well, who am I not to hope that I need the best for myself? We are slaved everywhere. We are discriminated. We are stigmatized. And I am not saying this is particularly Italy, but what are the other European countries who are helping Italy with the load of the migration since 2015? Why is Africa enslaved? We aren't poor. We will never be poor. The future is still there. The question is, who is this future for? Is it for Africans when we all run from the things that we should try to make up there?
Closing this.
And now finally, all you young men who running, like I said, I saw all these migrants, refugees running across the ocean to Europe. I saw all these refugees down in coming from Haiti, from South America, mostly men. And like that young man just said, you are the revolutionaries. Or have you left the women back there to fight your battles in all these black countries, especially Africa? What did that young man just say? Who's running the country? Africa is the future. The future for who, though? For the Chinese, the multinationals, and all y'all do is run the fuck away? Like he said, it's time to be revolutionaries. You got to go back and change this shit, because Africa is the future. You're giving it away? But like he said, it's time to change. And we still have time to change it. Don't run no more. As he said, he's going back. He's going back. And you need to get rid of these sellout politicians. Kill them if you have to. You know, you got to come off this shit about religion and what God said. That shit is from white people gave you. The Chinese don't give a fuck about God. They ain't giving it to you, but they taking everything from you. You letting your people give it to them. You got to start standing up. Like I said, at the beginning of this is 10,000 companies in Africa. Chinese run. And you people are still the goddamn slaves. Are you going to wake up like this young man said? Wake up. Quit running away. If you haven't seen the news, look how they treat you. They beat your ass in China, they beat your ass in Europe, they beat your ass in America, they beat your ass at the borders of America, they beat your ass in Canada. Nobody wants us. Our only home is Africa. Our fight is Africa. If you have to go country by country, dictator by dictator, do whatever you gotta do. And any crazy bastard that talks to you about some kind of goddamn religious quest, tell him, no, we ain't about that. Like the young man said, it's capitalism. Everybody wants something nice. He wants a house. He don't care if it's in a village or in the city. But that's the illusion everybody has, that we're supposed to be making money and have our own stuff. But yet everybody else got it. The multinationals and the Chinese got it. But the Africans ain't got shit. But just a few rich, greedy bastards that sold you up. Black people, wake up. Have you not realized we are not wanted? Nowhere. We here in the United States aren't even wanted. We got a goddamn war about to happen here. Where are we going to run to when it's over? Because we not going to, well, I guess what, you know what, we ain't running because we're going to end this motherfucker here. But after we end it, it's going to be so split up, we're going to have somewhere to go, some of us. But we need you in Africa to stop running away like the young man says. You're not wanted. He went to Italy. He's not just calling Italy. He's selling Europe and everywhere else. And you're still slaves in your own country because you do it. You sit there and take it. You got to stop this shit. Black people, Africa, I don't care, women, men, children. Fight to the bitter end. If you can't have it, no fucking body should be able to have it. Not the Chinese, not the Europeans, not the Christians, not the Islamists, nobody. Black people should have it. That's all. No damn religious freaks. And no damn outside interference to tell you that we own this and all that in your country. The cradle of civilization, where everybody starts from. And you're going to end with everybody else taking your shit? Like this young man said, he's going back. All you young men across the world should go back. And if it takes picking up a gun, you know the landscape better than anybody. Can't nobody beat you on their own ground. If you need an example, look at Vietnam. Didn't nobody with them. Even though Ethiopia, they've never been conquered. They may be puppets right now, but they were never conquered. There are other parts of Africa never conquered. Take from them. Take your shit back. We're not running. As I said, you saw the beginning of this. All the companies in Africa. And what's going on in Africa. Because Africa is the future. The whites know it. The Chinese know it. The other people don't seem to know it are the black people. Quit running away. Stop being afraid. Start fighting back. It's 1.3 billion of you black people alone in Africa. You can run anybody off that continent. It's up to you. I wish you well. Like the young man says, nobody gives a damn. You're dying in the oceans trying to get to these countries. You're dying at their borders. You're dying in the streets of your own city, but you're dying empty-handed. Pick up a rifle or gun and fight. If you can't have it, nobody can have it. These invaders, just like the whites did, just like the Chinese are doing, I've watched. They're beating your women, they're beating your kids, they're raping your little girls, and they go back home and nobody gives a damn. If the men don't stand up in Africa, you're doomed. You can't leave your women and children behind. And you can't let these politicians just keep selling your goddamn country from under you. You got to do what you got to do. Sure, like you said, young man, this generation has to fix it for the next. Sure, a lot may die, but a lot of them are going to die too. Them crooked-ass politicians, and you're going to run them foreigners. I guarantee you, them foreigners are going to start listening when you start destroying every fucking thing in front of you and killing them too. Because like I said, they're not building it for you. And if you don't make sure it's for you and your children in the future, then you won't have shit. You'll have another 400 or 500 years of slavery up under you. Wake up, young people. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, they rape your children, little girls, they're making babies with them, and your government turns a blind eye and when you whoop somebody's ass that's a foreigner, they come and defend the foreigner for fucking you over. That's when you're supposed to whoop the police, the army, and the goddamn government's ass yourselves. I guarantee you. Do you have any businesses in China, Africa? No. Do you have any in Europe, Africa? No. Do you have any in America, Africa? No. Do you have any in Canada, Africa? No. But everybody got shit in your country. Do any of your children that these men are dropping in your countries go back to their father's countries? No. They drop them babies and then you got to take care of them and the government turns a blind eye. No, it's time for you, like this young man said, y'all the revolutionaries. Wake up. Quit being pawns in these goddamn countries. You got all the riches of the world in Africa. And you got the people who can put it together. But you got to quit being afraid. That's all I can tell you. Wake up. Save yourselves. Save us. We all in this shit together. Worldwide, black people in this shit alone. We can only help each other. Stop running. Don't be the R-E-N-R. Run, nigga, run. Be the black man stand. Now, as I said, one more thing before I go. Don't let this delve down into no religious bullshit. Remember two things, black people. Muhammad, the prophet, was black. Jesus Christ was black. But funny thing is, the white Arabs and the white Christians are the ones doing all the killing and slaughtering in the name of both these black men. And yet they're starting to infiltrate Africa with the same nonsense. Black don't kill black for no religion. We got along fine for centuries, believing whatever you wanted to, and we still got along with each other. Don't let these white Arabs and these white Christians put into your mind that you have to kill your black brother over Christianity or some fucked up ass Islam or fucked up ass fake ass Christianity, when we all know theirs is not the true way. Basically, Indonesians and Malaysians are the biggest amount of Islamists in the world. Indonesia and Asia. And them people are dark. Most of them in Malaysia are dark as you are, or dark as me. So why is the white man, the white Arabs, and the white Christians using these religions to keep you separated? We do this all as one people. Black Christian, black Islamists. Our enemy is foreigners, regardless of their so-called religion. Because if they're white, they don't mean it's any good. Think about it. It's up to you. We have to save ourselves. Black don't hurt black. We can get along because of our different beliefs.